today I am headed in to quit my job. Sorry if you can't see my shirt. Okay, there we go. I don't want to look like I'm topless out here. But yeah, so basically I work for a law firm, and when COVID hit, it's a very small law firm, so they didn't have the funds to keep up payroll, right? To keep us employed when COVID, took over the world back in March. So they kept us as long as we could. Everyone went home to work from home before we did, because they didn't have the equipment, obviously, for everyone to work home, or that's what I was told. But some people were already working from home, so make sense, right? So they finally laid us off, most of us, and some of us they kept. There's a little nepotism going on there, things that I understand. Been there before, done that. So I'm not even hating on people helping out, their family members and things like that. If I was in that position, I'd look out for mine too. So I get it. Okay, so I went home. I was at home from March up until June, laid off. And in the process of that, I got bored. It was cool. I have other streams of income, so I'm gonna be fine regardless. But I have this passion to go out and work for some reason. It keeps me, it gives me adult interaction. It keeps me active. I don't eat as much. If I'm sitting at home, I'm snacking, gaining weight. That quarantine weight, I put on a lot of weight. I don't even want to see how much it is. That's how bad it is. I can see it in my face. And so I started looking for jobs and got about 3 offers, and one of them I was very close to taking. It's a fully remote job, but it's back in investor claims for mortgages, and I didn't want to go back that route because being a paralegal is just more fitting for me and what I like to do and what I enjoy doing. So I was just gonna take it because I was tired of just having nothing to do. I would go get my husband breakfast, go get him lunch, or go grocery shopping. I was spending a lot of money because I was always in Kroger, or always, going to get food because I'm tired of cooking. And, there's really nowhere to go. Everything was kind of shut down. So it was like eating. It was a grocery store and online shopping. And so I got this job, took the drug test, background and everything. And the day after I went and took my drug test, I got a letter in the mail from my current firm saying, hey, we're opening back up. We're going to bring you in on a pay period basis to work on a project. And I was like, what does this mean? But, my firm is small. I'm really close to my manager, and I admire my VP as well, So I was like, you know what? I'm going to go help them out. I know they're small, so I'm going to turn this job that I was going to get down, which was hard for me to do. I ended up calling the recruiter, letting them know, hey, my firm called back. They paid me $8 more than what you're offering. It's a no-brainer, that I should go back. And he said, yeah, I understand. If you know anybody, we're desperate, to hire a lot of people right now because of the inflow. And I told him, yes. So my girl, long story longer, my girl is going to go work over there. I sent it to also a guy who used to work under me that got laid off last year, and I hope that they chose him as well, because it's a great opportunity. It's fully remote, and it's just a dream job if you don't have to drive into the office every day, and you don't have a manager breathing down your back. As long as you get your work done and from the comfort of your home, amazing opportunity. So anyway, now that my resume's been out there, this huge financial company hits me up out of the blue like, hey, we've been looking for someone with, with your expertise. We think you could fit well. We only have one position, but we have 9 candidates, and I want to swing you in there. You don't fit us to a T, but you have one thing that we're looking for that none of the other candidates that are really experienced have. And so I was like, okay, humor me. For the name, I respect your company, your brand. Humor me. And they ended up choosing me for that job. And so now what's happening is they want me to start on the 15th, or they're going to go with the second candidate if I can't make it. And the 15th is this Monday. Today is a Thursday. And so I'm just thinking back in my mind about like my firm that I'm at now, and I realized that, a lot of these files that I'm working, some of the people who during COVID, they were still able to work, but I got laid off. And so I'm like, well, this was done in May. I got sent home in March. It's now June. And this person's working on, they dump all this work on me now, right? And it's all these files of people who have been working. Well, I've been laid off. So I was like, you know what? I'm being loyal to a company, that's not loyal to me. Just because, out of the respect I have for my immediate manager, because I know that work that I leave is going to go right back to her, and she's going to have to figure it out, which is sad because it's a heavy pipeline. But at the same time, I'm trying to close on a house, dude. Like, you can't tell me, you can't tell me I'm going to bring you back to do a project. And by the way, I called HR. I called my VP, and she didn't answer before I came back. And I texted her. I'm like, hey, VP, I just need to talk to you before I agree to come back in. It's not about money or anything like that. I just need to talk to you because I wanted to know if they could match the fully remote opportunity that I was going to have at the other job that, I passed on to my girl. And so she texted me. She didn't answer. She texted me back and was like, you need to contact HR. I really don't know anything about that. And I'm like, oh, we doing that, sis? Okay. I'll call HR. I didn't even call HR. HR called me. So I guess they in cahoots or whatever. She sent, said, hey, call Neek, let her know, what's going on. So HR calls me, and she's like, hey, what's the deal? And I was like, I just wanted to know if they could match my fully remote opportunity, or at least give me a few days, because when I was in the office, everyone around me could work from home except for me, and that was so weird. Like, I'm there on time, I leave late, later than I should, I get all my work done. They're only telling me that they don't have equipment for me. And so, I want to know, can you get the equipment? Like, can I at least be able to save on gas and tolls for a few days a week? And so she was like, oh, well, I don't know, you would have to talk to, your VP about that. And I was like, I called her. She told me to call you. I'm not playing phone tag, And she was like, well, are you working right now? And I was like, well, I will be. And she was like, yeah, I'd say don't quit your day job, because you're going to be doing a project. When we bring you guys back in, you're going to be working on something that you weren't working on before. And I was like, what? But I make a really good salary there, so I'm thinking like, it's way more money than this other job. So I'm going to go just ride it out and see what this project turns into. So while I'm there, I went back on the 1st. Today is the 11th. So I went back on the 1st, and now people are reaching out to me, so I got this opportunity, and now I feel bad because I can't give them a 2-week notice. But I'm like, if you bring me back on a per pay period basis, like, I'm basically a temp at this point. Like, any end of the pay period, you can say, hey, we're good on you, or whatever, and then some peeping game, right? Like, I'm the last one to come back into the office in my department. And granted, let me say this up front, I was the last one hired, so I was very new at that job. I was only working there a month, like in February, maybe 2 months before COVID hit. So I understood that I'm the low-hanging fruit. I'm just the one that's just new. You can do whatever you want with me. I don't mind proving myself, right? And earning that respect around the office. But at the same time, I'm not gonna let you hold me. Well, that's what you're not gonna do. Because if you can allow people's family members to do whatever the fuck it is, whatever the hell it is they want to do, they can go and come when they please. They can work random schedules. If they're sick, they can stay home, but I can't do any of that, right? Like, if I'm sick, I need to come into the office, or I can't work from home. And I even offer to bring my own equipment and let them download their programs to my laptop. That way, especially that I can get work done at night, because my workload is so heavy. Like, I needed access to my things outside of office hours because it could help me do my job more efficiently. But they just, they wouldn't budge. They give it to who they want to give it to. But it pissed me off when I get all these files and I find out that everyone else has been working and I'm the last one to come back in from my department. Now, mind you, they brought in other people that are on foreclosure and mortgage side. They brought them in the same day as me. But these MFs get to work from home too now. Like, they not even in there. I'm the one in there. Like today, when I go in here and tell my boss that I'm not coming back here Monday, this is a wrap for y'all, she not even gonna be there because she can work from home. My coworker, it's only 2 of us that do the same thing right now in office. He not gonna be there because he can work from home. But he's a family member to, someone very high in the office. And so I was like, you know what? I'm a whole lot of things, but I ain't a fool. And so I'm sitting here worried about giving them a full 2-week notice, because I'm giving a 2-day notice, mind you. And I felt bad about it. I had a very restless night, just because I like to do things, decent and in order. I like to be professional. I do not want my integrity called into question with companies, because you never know where you will land, who you may meet, whose desk you will come across. And I want people to remember, how hard of a worker I was. And, if they do see me, and I need an opportunity, they're either gonna think of me to refer me, or if they see me come through, they're definitely gonna say, I want this person because I know her, I know she's gonna produce. And, it's sad. It's sad. It's very sad. And I really wanted to work for a small company, because the large company that I came from last year in the mortgage industry, it turned me off. Like, that playing that game, that office politics, that's not my thing. Like, everyone was jealous of me because I was the most liked manager, right? And people wanted to be on my team, and so they thought that, my team was running over me, but my team was the highest producing team. My team was, very productive. They were the ones at the top of the list, getting all the bonus money. Like, and so for that, they couldn't say anything to me, but they were mad because I didn't rule with fear. I rule with respect. And the more you give to people, you managers out there, the more you give to people who work for you, the more they will go to bat for you and make sure that they get things done. Like, I didn't mind, like, if you needed to be late, if you didn't feel like coming in, like, hey, log in from home. We had work from home capability. There's no reason for you to come here and me stare you in the face. I know you. I know my team. You're going to get your work done. If you do not get your work done, then yes, come into the office and sit here and look at me, and we'll make sure you get your stuff done. But if you're a good person, a good employee that, takes their job seriously and knows, hey, I got to get this done, then I can kind of goof off the rest of the day, but I know I need to hit this, and that. I respect it, and I think that it gives you a better and happier life. Like, you can be happy with what you do and who you work for, right? And so it's all about balance. And if you give people the ability to have balance, the payoff for that is amazing. And I can't stress that enough to people out here who think that if you rule with fear that and make people do things that, you know, you're going to get something out of them. Because, no, you need to motivate these people. I have everybody that I do have under me, I'm asking, what do you want to do? You know, where do you want to go? Let's get you there. How can I help you get there? I may know someone over there in that department. Let me see if I can get you a side-by-side training one day, just so you can see a day in their life. Like, you as a manager need to go above and beyond to be sure that person that's working for you is equipped, and you need to be sure that they have the mental ability, if you will, to withstand working for you. You know, because you represent not only your team, but you represent the organization. Like, they're looking at you, little you, but judging you, judging the company based on you. So that says a lot, right? But no, like, a lot of these people out here, and you know who they are, they think they're ruling, and maybe this is, never mind, I ain't gonna even say that. They think they're ruling with fear, and forceful ruling gets things done, right? Who told you that? Like, where'd you learn that from? Control is not the way. But anyway, so that's all. I did just really want to ramble or whatever, and ramble. I really wanted to vent and let you all know, like, if you're out there and you're toying around, stop being stuck at these damn jobs. Like, they don't care about you. Like, you owe it to yourself and your family to find the best possible place for you, you know? And it's sad. I get so discouraged when I see people that are just like, oh, well, I got vacation days here, or, oh, you know, I got, you know, they like me here, and I don't want to get out there and risk losing another job and then not being able, you know, to come back. But I'm like, as long as you leave with 2 weeks notice, you'll be rehireable. But you have to learn to step out on faith. I don't know where people get off with this being safe thing, but you're never safe. You're never safe working in somebody else's job, dude. Like, you're never safe. Like, you're one paycheck away, you know, from being let go. Once the industry crashes, or say they don't need you, projects change, acquisitions are no longer coming in from other companies, you're not able to, you know, sustain payroll, you gone, and you just been sitting there. Sorry, I had a call, but you just been sitting there, right? And so it's just like, you spend more time being loyal to people who can give a damn about you. And I don't know where that mentality comes from. It's such a complacent mentality, and I just don't understand why people, how did you get so comfortable? Like, you just gonna sit there and take that? Like me, if I have a job and I see how they move, I'm looking for another one, just like I did now, right? And I'm trying to find my way, but also look for more money. You are broke sitting at these companies in these same positions for 5 and 6 years. You getting 30 cents a year. Like, you're not making any money doing that. You're not making any money. You are digging a hole for yourself, sitting there just like, oh, happy to be nappy. Like, oh, I got a job. Like, no. Like, go after whatever it is you want to do, whatever it is you want to make. You're not going to make it sitting there at some company trying to be loyal and happy, because I'm telling you, I've been there and done that. Like, you're going to end up broke. And I'm not saying broke as in, like, poor, like, where you don't, you know, have any money to live or sustain life. But I'm saying broke as in, like, you can't go buy a house, right? You can't go buy a second property, right? Because you don't have enough to cover 2 mortgages. You can't go buy a dilapidated property and fix it up, because you don't have the flow of income. And if you stuck at that job getting 30 cents a year, I know you don't have several streams of income either. So it's just like, what are you doing out here? Like, what are you doing to make your lifestyle better? What are you doing to make your children's life better? Like, if you're not out here grinding, like, for one, you need to stop having kids. Like, if you want to be complacent and everything, don't give birth, or don't. And if you're a guy, don't get nobody pregnant, because you just make it that much more difficult, you know, financially for people. And then you risk putting them in a place, you know, a hole that is just hard to get out of. But anyway, that's my rant. I'm gonna go in here and type up my notice, and you know, they may be mad, or you don't even realize it. It's probably dark. But yeah, stop letting these companies decide what you're gonna do. What's your next move? You make your next move. You decide where you want to work, how much you want to make, what you want to do. That's all on you. That's not up to some big manager that doesn't even respect you. Like, say if something happened, like, they don't respect you. They will respect you as far as they can. When they get in these rooms behind closed doors, you don't know the kind of conversation these people are having. You don't know. When they know that they about to have a big mass layoff or whatever, they not gonna come tell you that. You gonna get told the same day that everybody else get told if your name is on that list. No matter how cool you are, no matter, you know, how down they are, how many times y'all go to lunch, how many personal family events they come to. It's because this is business, and people get so confused with mixing business and friendships. Those are not your friends. Go get your own friends. Like, those are not your friends. They are acquaintances that you've happened to just let in and open the door more than what you should have, because you guys are around each other so much, right? But at the same time, you got to remember, this is business for them, and the higher up you get in these positions, the more difficult decisions you have to make. And then a lot of times you have to be tight-lipped about it, because if something pop out, our roads will lead back to you, and then your job is in jeopardy. So I get it on both sides, but that's why I just say this is business, and you need to start moving like it's a business. If you're not making moves out here, especially with this COVID that's happened, if y'all not out here making moves and trying to figure out how to get more money, and you just sit back and complain, you deserve to be where you're at. You know, you deserve it, because if I could just do something simple as put my resume out there and still check my email. I made a whole email for jobs, you know, I made a separate email for jobs that everything feeds into this email, right? Everything comes career based. So if I'm looking for a job, I'm posting on these different career sites. You need to be on LinkedIn. You need to be on Glassdoor. Indeed, you need to have something on all of these, because they email you when jobs show up. When jobs show up, they have your skill set available. They email you, right? And so you could apply to these jobs. Like, you don't have to do anything. Like, it comes to you. Even ZipRecruiter, that's another one. These companies are looking for people, and this is the way to go now. Things are not gonna fall into your lap, especially if you're not a person who's even proactive in your regular life. Like, you sitting at this job waiting on something to fall out of the sky. Like, nothing's gonna come to you. You have to go out and get everything, and the market is oversaturated with people with the same skill set as you. Stop saying, oh, I need to go to school. If you're not going to school and getting a specialized degree, you need to work. The only way you're gonna get higher up in these companies is if you have work experience. Yeah, you can have a degree, blah, blah, blah. That's a whole nother video. But you can have a degree, but that's not gonna solidify, you know, your position in these companies. They want to know, have you been in the seat before? Not have you sat in school and wrote papers. I'm telling you, it's a shift in the atmosphere. Y'all need to get with it. And if you got friends, you need to encourage them to get with it, because a lot of times friends, you know, your friends could be blind too, or just happy where they're at, or for other reasons. But just make sure you make them aware. That's your duty as a friend, to make people around you aware of, you know, what's going on. But anyway, I'm gonna head in here and get my 2-day notice. And if they put me out, they'd be like, oh, okay, well, that's cool. It's a Louboutin sale going on today at 11. I can go get retail therapy. So I do hope they tell me, you know, that I can end my project today. And I'm gonna go to another company, and guess what? This company get to acting up, I'll be at another one. And I'm going to do that until my salary is going to continue to increase and my experience is going to continue to increase. And I just hope that y'all are not still sitting at the same desk in the same place, you know. And that's not even trying to be funny or arrogant. It's just like we got to move out here. It's too much money available. It's too much opportunity available. And we got to get on it. Have a good day.